Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. We are thrilled to have you here. My name's Kevin Peasgood, and I am very, very happy to be here and be a small part of this. And it is my distinct pleasure to hand this off to the professor and dean of the School of Health Sciences, Kevin Ball.
So we're ready to enjoy a great day, and one of the great things about this day is it's actually free to you. You all get to participate free, and maybe even eat some food. That's free, but there's no free lunch, as the saying goes, because in reality, we thank our sponsors. Without the sponsors, the event really couldn't happen. You have made a huge difference for us to get started on this program today, so thank you to all our sponsors. I have to now introduce Reggie Jackson, Quality Improvement Coach for Medical Network One. He's going to come in and say a few words. MedNet One is the sponsor, along with Chartwells, of today's culinary demonstration. So Reggie.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Reginald Jackson, but you guys can just call me Reggie. Reginald is my father's name. I'm an alumnus from Oakland University's School of Health Sciences. I graduated with my MPH, and I am representing Medical Network One today. And I am pleased to announce our culinary sponsor to demonstrate to be presented by Professor Sara Martin and Chef Peasgood.
Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here today, and we are doing a little demo, and you kind of get a peek of what we do in our food class that we teach here at OU. I have some of my students here, right here. So I have Ava, Emily, and Philip. So if you guys out in the demo area get confused, just ask one of my students. They know what they're doing. Chef, we are going to be making a plant-based salad that has this perfect protein in it. And we decided that we needed Chartwells' help to do it. So thank you so much for coming and helping us out. When they first asked me to do Healthology, I said, yes, definitely, I want to do it. But what I also said was, I became a dietitian because I like food, but I like to eat food. So if I'm going to talk about nutrition, I need to actually be eating food for you. So we're actually going to demonstrate how easy it is to add plant-based protein into your life, how easy it is to make small changes and start cooking and doing small changes towards health. Can you get us started?
We get started. So I want to welcome everyone here to Oakland University. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Chef Kevin. I'm the executive chef here for Chartwells. Had a lot of fun working on this menu. So the thing that we're making today is going to be a soba noodle salad shaker. You'll be receiving the salad for your first course and your dinner tonight. So we're kind of demoing it here, and you'll have a chance to try it tonight at your dinner. First thing we're going to be doing is making some pickled carrots, which will be kind of tossed in the salad. This will also be in the salad tonight. So we're going to get our pan here hot.
You guys don't get a pan, but you get to watch. You get to taste the pickled carrots. This is a component of the salad, so which is the best part.
A little hard to demo here.
How do we start it? We're doing pickling in class in like 2 weeks, so you guys pay attention. I expect you to really know this by the time we're doing pickles in class.
Be sure we get some fire here.
Are we having fire troubles? I'm going to tell you, while he fiddles with this and does chef things, I'm going to tell you why I love pickles. One, they're delicious. Two, they're actually really good for your gut microbiome. So if you're ever wondering why you are craving pickles, well, they're salty, not so great, but they have vinegar. And that fermentation, that extra bacteria, really adds to your gut health, which is why I can justify just eating pickles all the time.
So very simple to do. You can make pickled vegetables. There's many different varieties. We're doing carrots today. You can do asparagus, beans, cauliflower, broccoli, kind of endless of what you can do for pickling as far as vegetables. This is a very simple recipe. We're going to start off with some water, some apple cider vinegar.
Ooh, I love apple cider vinegar. That's a really good one for your gut health too. Yeah. That one really can help build your gut microbiome.
You can use different vinegars if you want. You can use red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, champagne vinegar, just kind of depending on the different flavor you want. To that, we're going to add some salt, sugar.
And why do you need those, Chef? Why are you adding those?
These are actually gonna give you flavor. So these are part of the pickling process with the salt and the sugar. That's kind of what actually works and like breaks the proteins down in it. Garlic, bay leaves, and we're gonna add some celery seed right here.
What else could you add?
You could add some like hot peppers if you want to make it spicy. You can put some poblanos in there or some jalapeno peppers. You add spice to it.
All my students in my class we've decided that dill is the best flavor for most things.
You see pickled vegetables in the store all the time. They're very readily available. Pickled beans, dilly beans are one that are very common. They're with also dill and garlic. You can make them spicy. Pickled jalapenos are very popular.
I love pickled carrots. I feel like it's an underutilized pickle. What other are your favorite veggies? What are your favorite pickling veggies?
I like pickled jalapenos. That's my favorite, actually.
I don't know if I like a mild one that's a little spicy for me, but I like a pickled asparagus spear. That's good. I've tried the pickled rhubarb before and it turned out disgusting. So I don't know if you have any ideas for that. It was a major fail, but that happens when you're cooking, right? Sometimes you got to try things, fail a little bit, and see what goes on.
Okay, so this right here, you want to bring it to a boil. For sake of time, I'm just going to kind of let it work here. What we want to mainly do is dissolve the sugar and the salt. So we want to be sure that's dissolved, that's all worked through. And very simple, when you pickle, all you're doing is adding your vegetables. You're going to cover them thoroughly. Like for your event today, we did this 2 days ago. All we do is you let it set at room temp and put it in the refrigerator. And that's all we're doing for pickling. And you definitely want to let these set overnight to get the flavor developed in them. You don't want to serve them an hour or two later. They definitely need to sit for at least 24 hours to get the full pickle.
These refrigerator pickles, right? Because we're not really canning them.
You can go now, yeah.
But you have to use the pressure cook and all that. So I always tell my students, just leave them in the refrigerator. You're not gonna get anything crazy if you just leave them in the fridge.
And that is basically it right there. The cameras can see that, but yeah. Then what I would do is just dump this into a container. You want to be sure you put it in a non-reactive container like glass or stainless steel.
So not this guy?
I wouldn't use the plastic, yeah.
No, not this guy. This is for the salads.
So that's our first portion right there, okay? Do you want me to get into the salad portion now?
Sure, you guys ready to start?
So what I would do first is take the lids off all of your ingredients.
Well, wait, Chef. That's not what they're gonna do first. You guys gotta stand up and you actually have some aprons behind your seat. So you can add your aprons so you stay nice and clean. You get, just like me, you get an OU Nutrition apron. And you guys get to keep these, which is really exciting. And if you're feeling ambitious, let's see some of these chef hats. Who looks good in a chef hat? Who's some takers? Okay, now you guys are looking more ready to start. Now you're looking more ready to start.
Okay. Wow. Got a bunch of chefs at the table.
They look good, right? They look good. Thank you. All right, now let's get going.
Okay.
What are we gonna do here?
So the first thing we do, everyone, is take the lids off of our tray. So you guys have all of your ingredients. So just remove the lids from everything, set them off to the side.
So what are we working with? What else you got here?
So we're gonna start off with we'll start with some peanut butter, soy sauce, rice wine vinegar. Then we're gonna be emulsifying oil into that, and this will be our vinaigrette aspect. And the rest of them will be our vegetables for assembly.
I've eaten this. This is really good, actually. This is like a really delicious dish. So you guys, they have some kind of bowls to start with. You can use your bowls. You can use your containers, or you can even use your little shaker salad. So all you do is pop it off right here. Any of yours you can use. And what you'll find in the top, which is really cool, is a spot for your dressing. I wouldn't recommend making it in here because it'll spill. But if you want to pour it in here later, it'll be okay. So those are so cool. I love these. Makes it a little bit easier to eat healthier, which is what I'm all about. A little bit easier to eat healthier.
Awesome.
So this is going to be a plant-based salad, and it is what I call a perfect protein. So we're pairing amino acids.
Good.
And whenever you're making a plant-based meal, you want to think about your proteins and not just eating starches and things like that, or say, oh, I'm going to go vegetarian, I'll just replace everything with cheese. You want to look for plant proteins, and that's going to come from our edamame and our buckwheat noodles. You ready to get started with it?
Okay, so for the vinaigrette, we're going to take the peanut butter in the cup here, grab the white spoon, you're going to take that and get that in the bowl, just drop it right in there. Okay.
I love peanut butter in anything.
Can I go around
Like a peanut butter curry, a peanut butter soup. It goes in way more than sandwiches.
Okay.
And that peanut butter is another plant protein. So that peanut is actually a legume similar to our edamame, where it's going to have amino acids, the kind of fibers and things like that, it's good for your gut health.
Okay, so everyone after that, I want you to take your rice wine vinegar, dump that in. That's the clear one. Yep, drop that in there. Okay, we're gonna add our soy sauce.
And that's a low sodium soy sauce. That's really the source of salt in the dressing.
Then everyone just take your whisk and you have to whisk it together, okay? Kind of tilt your bowl on the side a little and kind of just work the peanut butter into the liquid. It's gonna take a few minutes to kind of get all together. May look like a little mess for a second. How are we doing, everyone? Okay.
We have some professional looking whiskers. Looks like my students are really doing a good job. Who else is doing a really good job whisking? That's smelling really good too. That smells really good. It's crunchy peanut butter, which is gonna have that good texture. And as I always tell my students, flavor is a lot more than just taste. It's texture. What else is it? Does anyone know? Visual, so it's color. We're looking for appeal. Yes, that smell, that color, that texture. That flavor is everything. It's not just taste. And that's what we're going for.
Okay. So
What
next
else do
step,
we need to do?
Next step, everyone grab their olive oil. Okay. Set your bowl flat in front of you. Okay. We're gonna emulsify the oil in this. This is gonna go very slow, okay? So I want you guys to take the oil, kind of cup the edge of your bowl, and as you're whisking, just go really slow, okay?
And why are we going slow, Chef?
We're forming what's called an emulsify, or emulsification. So we're basically taking the protein of the peanut butter with the oil, and they're binding together. Kind of similar to like a mayonnaise or like a salad dressing. You see when
I
you
have
get
a
like...
fancy word for it.
Yeah,
You
for a
ready?
fancy word?
It's a colloid. It means there's a little bit of emulsifier on little fat chocolates. That's your fancy word for the day. Most of you probably know olive oil is a pretty healthy fat, has lots of monounsaturated fatty acid. That's good for your heart. I probably am not shocking any of you by saying olive oil is really healthy, but how can you tell, does anyone know, how can you tell what a healthy fat is? What's an easy way to tell? Does anyone know? What's a way to like tell healthy fats?
The viscosity at the temperature, at room temperature. If it's solid at room temperature, it's going to be a saturated fat.
Yes, so that's the easiest way, right? If it's solid at room temperature, it's saturated. And if it's liquid at room temperature, like this olive oil, like that sesame oil over there, it is likely mostly unsaturated. So if you're ever wondering like, is this healthy, is it not? I don't know. If it's liquid sitting on the shelf, probably unsaturated.
Okay, so how's everyone doing?
Ooh, that's looking really nice.
Nice job. Oh gosh, you guys did a great job.
So we use, I believe, we should be using unsweetened chunky peanut butter, but I always say use whatever is in your cupboard. Sometimes people get a little nervous of making food because they have to go out and buy like 20 ingredients, and it makes them kind of feel intimidated, like they can't afford it. So if all you have is like creamy sweetened peanut butter, you can use that too. The recipe calls for unsweetened, but I always say people use what you have. Don't feel like you need to go buy $100 to make your like one salad meal.
Okay. So is everyone ready for assembly? You want Mary to put this together?
Yeah, let's see what
Did you
we
want
got.
to show them about the carrots first though?
Yeah, so what we have here is a buckwheat noodle salad, but I was wanting to show you that if you're not wanting to have all kind of starch, if you want to add a little extra vegetables, I've came up with what to call these because I add them all the time. So you take off the top, and then what you can do is you make something to replace that texture in the way, what I have been calling it. Are you ready for this, Chef?
Go for it.
Caroodles.
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 Okay.
So they're my carrot noodles, and what you're gonna do is be able to actually use these as kind of that buckwheat placement, or you can use it in a way of other noodles and use that to help replace some of that starch. You can get these long strings, and you can use that to help cut down that amount of carbohydrate and add a little extra veggie, add a little more nutrients, and we call that increasing nutrient density. So we want to increase nutrient density by adding the vegetables, the colors, the beans, and not just sticking with all carbs.
If you don't want to use carrots, you can use zucchini. Zucchini noodles are very popular. You can
Those
use
are zoodles.
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 Parsnips I've seen
Caroodles?
people use.
I don't know
maybe
what a
shaved
parsnip
eggplant.
would be.
There's a root vegetable similar to a carrot, but there's a lot of substitutes you can
caroodle?
use for noodles for if you want to go completely plant-based.
I like
okay,
it.
so to assemble these, anyone grab their shaker? Put it in front of them. Okay, and listen, lots of variations of this. We have peppers and carrots, scallions. You could use diced asparagus, blanched broccoli. The vegetables that you put in this are unlimited what you want to do. First thing we do is we take our soba noodles, dump them right in. Okay.
Okay. And how do you cook these, Chef? These are buckwheat noodles?
These are buckwheat soba noodles. They're very easy to cook. What you want to do is put basically a pot of boiling water, lightly salted. They're kind of delicate, but we want to do is drop them in boiling water and stir them. Basically 4 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
You'll see them kind of break apart.
Just like spaghetti?
Just like spaghetti.
But buckwheat is special. It's actually, it sounds like it has wheat in it, but buckwheat is actually a gluten-free grain, and it's considered a whole grain, which can be really hard for people in the nutrition world. It's really difficult to tell what's a whole grain, what's not a whole grain. And whole grains are important for the salad because they have the matching set of amino acids. So legumes have a certain set of amino acids, whole grains have another set. So you want to combine whole grains and legumes when you're eating plant-based. So you always look for that whole grain and that legume. So who can tell me, how do I find a whole grain?
So a whole grain is going to be anything that's primarily whole grain. So you're going to look for whole grain in the label.
Yes, you look for whole grain in the label. So if it says whole buckwheat, if it says whole wheat, that's a whole grain, and then it's going to complement your amino acids.
Okay, so what we do next is take your white spoon, kind of take the noodles, just break them up just a little. They're sitting there, so I want to kind of loosen them up so everything gets in there. Good job. All right, I want everyone to grab their edamame next. We are a little heavy here in this portion, so I want you to put about half of it on top. Okay.
So these are our edamame. That's our other plant protein, so it's not just the peanuts being a legume. Yep. These are a legume too. And I have a question. Who can tell me what a legume is?
Seeded plant, and inside the pod is either bean, a lentil, or pea.
Yes, so it's the whole pod, and inside is that bean, lentil, or pea, and all of those have the matching amino acids for whole grains. So when you pair that legume, anything in a pod, so you think about a peanut, that's in a pod. You think about beans, those are in a pod. And you pair that with your whole grain, you get this perfect protein. You get all the amino acids your body needs for healthy tissues, your immune system, and really being very healthful while not eating any of your meats.
So next we're going to take our pickled carrots and dump those in there.
I'm excited for the pickling.
We're going to do our, top it out, we're going to do our red bell peppers. Okay. Top it out, we're going to do some green onions. And then what we're going to do is we're going to top it off with our sesame seeds here, okay?
Oh, those are so cool. Those have really cool fat in them too. They have both the polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fats, so it makes them kind of special.
So what do we, so for you guys today for the demo, why don't you take your dressings and put them in a little thing so you can take this home with you? This will hold, get in the fridge when you go home tonight, it'll be more than good. For today though, I'm going to take our spoon, we're going to dump our vinegar.
Do I get to taste this again?
Yep, we're going to take it right there. We're going to put our lid on to form like a salad shaker. Now all you're going to do when you get home, when you use it, just kind of shake it up. If you want to eat it here, you can do it here, but if you want to take it home, you can put it in here. It doesn't matter. If you dump it in now, it's going to hold too. So if you guys all want to do it together.
I was told if I showed up, I would get free food.
And if you just shake this now, it'll be fine for tonight. It'll hold through the evening. And all you do is toss it up. Be sure everything's kind of mixed in there. Got these really nice cups to go.
Oops,
I'm sorry. And we're gonna dump it on the plate here for a portion.
I like this though because I'm definitely taking one of these and using it for my lunch because I'm just right out of it, which is like perfect for my type of lifestyle.
And there you go. You have it at a soba noodle salad with peanut vinaigrette.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
Give it a whirl.
I'll give it a whirl.
Taste.
Yeah, I'll give it a taste. Let's see if it's better than the one I prepared the other day. How are you guys doing out there? You guys feel like chefs yet?
Oh, it goes right down. Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can eat in front of everyone noodles. This is the most challenging part.
You guys can try it if you want now. There you go.
Mmm. That's delicious.
Very simple recipe, lots of fun. Definitely using plant-based protein, plant-based products.
Thank you. Now you guys know a little bit easier way to add plant protein to your diet. You're able to do an easy recipe, and that's the way I say to always start. If you're feeling intimidated and saying, I don't really know how to be healthier, choose one recipe, one thing you're working on, and build from there. You don't have to become vegan tomorrow. You can add one plant-based recipe to your rotation. Learn one recipe, learn another one later. But starting with those small steps can really make you a difference in your health, make a difference in how confident you feel in the kitchen, and kind of take you on that purposeful health path you're going down. Thank you so much, Chef.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
This is fantastic. You guys have been fabulous, by the way.
Well,
What do you
thank
think?
you.
Is there a TV show in their future or what?